I put engineering both as my primary and alternate major. Oh, well, I wasn't sure about nursing, so I put it as my backup major. Well, I heard from my counselor that the UCs don't really care about the major, so I just kind of put sociology as my first and philosophy as my second. Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to put undecided, and then I'm gonna transfer into engineering later on. My name is Joey, and I've read and reviewed thousands of UC applications, and here's one of the biggest mistakes I see every single year: major selection. Students don't necessarily understand how major selection works in the UC system, and I get it. It's kind of complicated and it's kind of hidden, but as a result, some students end up making mistakes that are big enough to impact their admissions results. For example, I've seen students put engineering as their primary and their alternate major, even though they're not admissible to either one. And for some students, if they do that, that actually prevents them from being admitted to a campus. I've also seen students put nursing as their alternate. As an alternate, how are you going to choose a 1% admit major as your backup? That's not appropriate strategy. You're more likely to get struck by lightning. So basically, if you're planning to apply to the UCs, you need to know your UC campus policies on impacted majors. Sometimes they call them selective majors or cap majors. And every single campus handles this differently, which is what makes it so confusing. If you end up choosing wrong, you can unintentionally exclude yourself from consideration, even if you have the best PIQs in the world. So the reality is some of the UCs admit by college, others admit directly by major. Even more confusing, some schools like UCLA do not admit by major for one college, but do admit by major for another college. And no, choosing the same type of hyper-competitive major for both your primary and alternate does not make you look focused. For some students, it kills your chances twice. If you don't understand the major selection rules for the UC campuses you're applying to, you're basically applying blindfolded while juggling chainsaws. Major selection shouldn't be off of vibes. Treat it like it matters, because it does. If you need help figuring out what majors are capped or selective or impacted, comment major below and we'll send you a link breaking down the majors.